I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
I know Joe ain't he got disconnected. Well, welcome to another episode of Refuse to Lose. And there's Joe. Hey, Joe, what's going on, man?
I'm doing good, man. Well, I'm doing okay. You know, it's not raining in Rhode Island, but it's raining on my parade right now. You know, it's 3-8. It's tough, Tomo. You know, but I'm doing okay. You know, the Commanders are down right now, going to the bye week. It was a good game and an ugly loss. But your boy number one in the fantasy league, though. So, you know, that's one thing I can control. I can't control what the Commanders do. I can't control that. All I can do is be a fan and my couch and root for them and give them advice when I'm on this show. But the fantasy league, I control that, Tomo. And your boy number one. First time in all 12 history, I was number one. So I'm excited. 8-3 right now. Kind of opposite record as my Commanders.
That's funny. That is funny. Because it sounds like you sold your team out for your fantasy league, just like Teddy sold the Celtics out for the Patriots to be good. You see what I'm saying? You see what the universe is going on, man? The universe, man. The universe.
Are you taking a shot at Teddy?
Because I know how you feel about the whole Jaylen Brown thing, so that's why I always say what I got to say, man, about just saying how the Celtics are bad, but the Patriots are, you know, excelling like it's 2008 or Gucci Man in 2006.
Okay.
But Joe, you want to give the people a quick rundown of what we talking about? I mean, you talked about I got you right quick, Joe. You know, you said it's, you know, it's just one of them days. I don't got the sound effect up, but, you know, Dallas, Monday night, they go to Vegas and they destroy the Raiders. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, of course, what Joe just warned you all, man. You know, he said it's raining on his parade, but good thing he got his umbrella, Ella. You see the L's that I threw out there? Hey, Commanders dropped to 3-8. When they go out to Spain and play the Dolphins. Philadelphia Eagles. Offense ain't ticking, but they just keep winning. So we got to see, man, are they the best team in the NFL? Jamar Chase, man, what you doing? Dave, I know you want to put somebody in the doghouse, but I think he need to go to the back of the doghouse for what he did to Jalen Ramsey, man. And also, side note, did you know that we can see you? Jamar Chase spits on Jalen Ramsey. So we got to talk about that. And the emperor may have fallen, or they would say the castle is burning. I don't know. I don't watch Game of Thrones that much, but I think they released the dragons because the Chiefs, they might be in trouble. Joe, I asked you how you was doing, but it's Tuesday. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. It's Tuesday. Our brother Dave ain't here, but we're gonna have some NFC East conversations. We're gonna talk about a little bit of the AFC. But technically, if you in the chat, you in the comment section, follow us, man, and do this.
Turn me up.
Floor is yours, Jody. Do your thing.
All right. So we are streaming this on 4 different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. So make sure y'all like the video on whatever platform you're watching this on. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. You can follow us everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports, except for Twitch and X. On those platforms, you can follow us at R2L Sports. So make sure you do that and share this episode with anybody, with somebody, so they can come on and watch this show live with you, because you can be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be put out throughout the show. Shout out to J-Mo. Yes, sir, with the fire emoji. He's a Dolphins fan, so I know he's feeling good. Shout out to the DeVore also. Tomo gonna hate the MSU score.
40 point. Go ahead, man. Do your thing.
Bro. Man, Teddy was an innocent bystander. Facts, Tomo. In fact, oh yeah, hold that L, Joe. Yes, sir. Okay, yeah. And you know what made that worse? Tomo, it was an early game, bro. Like, kid sick, so I ended up staying home. I watched the game, and I'm like, man, I should have just went to church, dog. Okay, when I watch us play and we lose, I feel like I wasted my time. That's how I be feeling, man.
I know how you feel.
Yeah, man, it's terrible. But
I know not as much, but I know how you feel.
Not as much. That's how you felt last year. But it's kind of similar. Lost your quarterback and all that stuff. But anyway,
I like that.
Last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
And like Joe say, man, you could tell Refuse to Lose Sports, man. We play good defense over there. That was a good one. I thought I had an easy, fast break, and you came out of nowhere and stole the ball, man. Look at Joe, man. But little do you know, Joe, last week y'all was quinted to win it. This week I'm quinting and grinning. You know what I'm saying? Because the Cowboys got Quentin Williams and found a way to get more than 2 stops, Joe. More than 2 stops. Can you believe it? Monday Night Football, man. Cowboys honor Marshawn Nealon. Mm-hmm. Then Dak said, you know what? I'm going to do it for my boy. I'm going to put the jersey number up in touchdowns. I'm going to get 41. 41. I seen 41 people start tuning in. My mind went straight to 41. I'm sorry. Woo! 4 touchdown passes. 33-16 win over the they wish they was in O-Town. The Las Vegas Raiders. And the question is, what does the Raiders win mean for the Cowboys, right? And before we get to the brass tacks of the game and everything, Joe, I seen a clip go viral in the locker room from the coach, and I just wanted to share it with the media right quick. Let me see if I can bring this up right quick.
Before we do all the celebration stuff. Where that thing go? Hold it. So proud of you guys, man. Amen. Tough couple weeks. We made them proud. You guys made them proud, man. Unbelievable.
Somebody cutting onions?
Oh, man. Go ahead. Man, look, Joe, you had that happen after the game. You got CD and Pickens getting benched for one series. At the beginning of the game, it was just so much going on. It was a ball of emotions. But as NBA Youngboy would say, man, some people say they left their heart out there in Nevada, right? So because I don't know what I want, but I do know what I want is for the Cowboys to go on a win streak. And that's what this win means for the Dallas Cowboys, right? This right here gives the Cowboys the confidence, I would say, going into that Eagles game. You got a big divisional game coming up Sunday, 4:30. It's the game of the week. But to see your quarterback and your offense get back on track, because we already knew what the offense was looking like. We seen that offense for 5 weeks show up, and then they sputtered out for 2 weeks. But then some people will say they were overcompensating for that defense, right? Because, it's like maybe we don't want to score too fast because we know what the defense is going to do on the other end. But then you make a trade. You get Quentin Williams. By having Quentin Williams, that boosts up the morale with a Kenny Clark, with the Osa, with the did he come back? Agent Zero, DeMario Overshown, with a rookie, Siobhan Revel, with a Deron Bland, who definitely needed a bounce back game after what we seen happen to him on Monday. He needed that game more than anybody. After that Sunday night against the Cardinals. He needed that more than he almost had 2 interceptions the way that pass rush was getting back there. I'm going to build it up a little bit more because Joe dropped a reel after the game, and I just want to hear more about what you got to say about the game, too, because you told us not to get too excited. But I'm sorry, Joe. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I might lose control, but I'm going to pass the mic to you.
Okay. Thought we were jumping bars today. All right. I like how you put it, though. You said this win, it builds confidence it's a winning streak, and it builds confidence in the next game, and that's exactly what I said what this means to the Cowboys. it gained y'all confidence back because these last couple of games, y'all offense has not fell off a cliff. Y'all been average. You know what I mean? Y'all been like an average offense after that high power start against the Broncos and against the Arizona Cardinals. And then we turn around and see the Arizona Cardinals, what happened to them against the Seahawks. And it's like, dang. And then we saw the Seahawks and the Rams. It's like, well, how bad are we? Like, you're a Cowboys fan. It's like, how bad are we? And then you go into this Raiders game and you show out and show off on the road because y'all been good at home. Y'all haven't really been going on the road. Now, the Raiders, I said in the chat and I said it in the short reel, and I was like, do not get too excited. You know, I apologize for you looking like a fool. But the Raiders, right? The Raiders, they are 30th in rushing yards per attempt. 30 with Ashton Genty. Geno leads the league in interceptions, and Geno is 4th in sacks. And there are guys ahead of him that play more games than him. I believe the Raiders got the worst offensive line in football because we made. I remember we played the Raiders, and Debo was on the sideline, mic'd up, saying this is the best defense I've seen since the 49 Super Bowl team. I was like, what? And look at us now. So now we do got injuries on that stuff. But what I will say is that y'all got a lot of new additions, though. Like you said, Overshown's bad. You got Quentin Williams. You got guys that came out from injury, and you got Quentin Williams. You know what I mean? So so you could look at it like it looked like this because of that. And that's why I think this Eagles game, not so much because the Eagles offense, I mean, it's been vanilla also, you know, but still they are a good team though. So if y'all go and they have a good defense. So if y'all go into Philly and upset them, I think if y'all beat Philly, the real defensive test will be Detroit. I think that in my opinion, especially with y'all history with Detroit and all that stuff too. I think that'll be the real test for your defense. But I think mainly it builds confidence. It gained that swagger back that y'all had offensively. Like, look at George Pickens, man. Like, he went crazy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm watching George Pickens. I think I put it in the chat. I was like, dang, George Pickens a dog. And then when I played when he scored, when he was running, and he said, I was like, this dude was playing around, bro.
Having the time of his life, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you outside playing with your friends. That's how he looked. Like he outside playing. He was running and he just and score. I'm like, bro, he is playing around. And last man leaves your coach. And I said this in the chat. I love y'all, coach. Now, did they ever come out and say what they did?
Nah, they all trying to keep it under wraps. But you know, there's rumblings around, you know, just on social media that they was out late last night. I mean, the night before. You know, it's Vegas and they missed curfew. So that's the story, the untold story.
I like that. And the fact that he was like, you not playing. I mean, obviously, I'm playing the Raiders. You can afford to do this, but you're not playing the first drive. And you can see they look sick on the sideline. And then they come in, and then the defensive coordinator for the Raiders said that he said they're going to basically be more turned up, be wanting to do something now. And they came in and did their thing. And CD, man, he got to catch the ball, man. He could have had another touchdown. But I like what I see from the Cowboys from that game. Now that I can carry that over to Philly. Well, it's Dallas against Philly.
Yeah, because it's back at the crib. Joe, you said one thing, it could be a lot of new additions, right? But if it isn't love, then tell me why I feel this way. Because Joe, some would say the Cardinals' offensive line isn't the best with the backup quarterback. Some people would say when we played the Packers, their offensive line had some holes in it, right? Some people would say that the Cardinals also had an offensive line where it was kind of questionable, right? Some people, well, we kind of got to y'all just a little bit. But when you think about how the Dallas defense played prior to getting Quentin Williams, quarterbacks have had some of their best days. Running backs have had some of their best days. So, again, this is why, like you said, the swagger is back. It's what they call, you know, the medicine game or the pharmacy game. Or the Cowboys defense needed this to see, like, hey, we can actually get to the quarterback again. Because prior to, I watched people have field days. Do I got to go back to the Giants game? Remember the left tackle got benched, and they still couldn't get a sack on Russell Wilson. You talking about the backup left tackle got benched. So that means the practice squad left tackle came in, and they still couldn't get to the quarterback. So get that comment out of here. But shout out to you, Carl, the Chipotle Bowl coming up. But yeah, with that, man, it's just like, Joe, I don't want to say it, but the spirit of Big O just hit me, man. It's like we might put 40 up on the Eagles, yo.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, man. A lot of people saying the Raiders ain't this, but a comment hit me and I thought about it. AJ said it. He was like, we haven't had a team make us press. The Lions said they would be the team to make us press. What quarterback in the division said something that was so outlandish that had the Eagles so upset that said, you know what? I feel like we closer to them and they just won the Super Bowl. What quarterback is going to be the one to test that secondary? What quarterback is going to tell you, hey, Uno, you're going to have to go throw for throw with me? Even if Dak does throw a pick, you know for a fact, and everybody that's in this chat knows that Dak Prescott is going to throw the ball. He's not going to sit back and have all that. What was he saying, Ghost? It was like the scary movie House of Ghosts, because he's seen about 52 of them. Dak do not care. And he already know Jalen Carter's going to be on his line. We'll talk more about that game when the time gets to it, but just know the Eagles offense, AJ Brown, you might not want to be on Twitch this week. You might actually get your numbers because we're going to make him throw that football.
Yeah.
10, 16? That's not happening.
Yeah, you know. I got a tough schedule, man. I mean, up next, I got the Eagles, the Lions, and the Chiefs. So
it's Eagles, Chiefs, Lions.
Oh, Eagles, Chiefs, Lions. Okay.
Because we got the Chiefs on Thanksgiving. But I know you're saying nah, dog. But hey, look, I'm just saying, what has your quarterback done to put fear in me? Not a thing. Let's get optimistic, Joe.
Okay.
And you good? You good on
I'm
that?
good.
All right. You sure?
I don't know.
All right, man. Well, look, man, as long as you keep your head to the sky, you can win. Well, that's what you said last week when you all were going up against the Dolphins. The boy was here, man. You said, man, I still got a chance. And as long as no X is next to my name, then Joe, before you go, you know somebody dropped the album this weekend. You know somebody been on a tour run this weekend.
Tell me why you're gonna bring that up. But go ahead.
Hey, man, because the song hit me, man. It was like, you living in a fantasy. Last year you was the face of the NFC. Now you're number 3 in the East. I'm shady. Commanders lose to the Miami Dolphins. Now you're 3-8. What does this loss, or what did you learn from this loss, yo?
Now Joe Witt's getting fired, number one. That defense looked so energized. I mean, were they giving up plays? Yes. And I mean, yeah, I'm a Commander fan. I'm loyal to the soil. We 3-8, and I still got the jersey on. I know some people throwing the trash, hide that jersey, you know, but appreciate you, Desmond. Oh, you must be a Commander fan too. Oh no, he gotta be. That's an Eagle fan, right?
We gonna see. He gonna respond. But thanks for the
sub.
Fan
you are, Desmond. But cause he said, "Oh, he a Commander fan. You got a sub. Let's get it." All right. So but Tomo, this game was lost by the players, 100%, and it's a letdown loss. It's like a loss where it's like you say, like it's like people saying it's over for us, and I'm saying Dan Quinn is going to take over because there's still a chance that we can make the playoffs at 3-7. We need this in the, like, it's a perfect matchup. We got to win this game, go into the bye week with some good, you know what I mean, with some good mojo, and then we could possibly get JD5 back too. He said that's a possibility. We could possibly get our quarterback back and just go on a road. Well, our quarterback, I feel like we could beat anybody. So, and I know you feel the same way about Dak Prescott. So it's like, first, Matt Gay. Matt Gay missed 2 field goals, man. It's a chance for every team in that division too, y'all.
Wait. Is this the Packers fan? I think this is the Packers fan from when Dave did the show.
Oh, for real? He a Packers
fan? If it is, where was you last week? Thanks for the sub, but Dave said you got to come back because you said y'all was going to beat the Eagles. Go ahead, Joe. I needed y'all to do that, and you didn't.
I know. Shout out to Jordan Love, fumbling Love, man. But anyways, but Matt Gay, I mean, we were in position to win the game. They kicked a game with a field goal. He missed it. Like, come on! And missed an early field goal early in the game. Dan Quinn preaches winning time moments, and it's the first time. You gotta miss what's my other. Dan Quinn preaches winning time moments, and we did not hit the winning time moments. The winning time moments, the field goals, especially the ones who win the game. Also, winning time moment. We went for it on 4th and 1. Zach Ertz slips. Like what? We don't get it because you slip. That's a winning time moment. Mikey, muffin the punt. Bruh, we were in position to run the clock out and get a game-winning field goal. Like, take our time. But you muffed the punt. And Mikey dropping an interception to drive before they scored a touchdown. That was their only touchdown, Tomo. He catched that pick. No touchdown on the board. They don't tie the game up. Thanks. We didn't capitalize on the winning time moments. The defense played awesome in the goal line. Because leading up to the goal line, it was getting gashed up. I ain't gonna lie. That left side of the defense, oh my gosh, they were killing that side in the run game. So muffin the punt, drop the pick, warm my heart. Yeah, I know. Michigan slander, right? And then last but not least, to put the icing on the cake, Marcus Mariota. Tomo said to himself, every game Marcus Mariota played in, he throws turnover. He has a turnover. And right on cue, first down. Not even second, not third, not even fourth. We talking about first down overtime. You force a throw. Your first one all game, you force a throw to Zach Ertz. In our own territory, they already in field goal. They get one first down, kick a field goal, and win the game. And what irritates me, Tomo, is that I'm watching these press conferences and I'm listening to Marcus Mariota, and I'm like, this dude he's a backup. He don't think we're gonna win nothing. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, we're going through this stuff, but it's gonna make us tougher. I don't want it. What? You don't want to hit at 3 and 8? I don't care about y'all learning from this mistake. Like, we need you to win the games. Like, come on, Marcus. And I know he felt better on the sideline, as he should, because he basically potentially threw the season away by throwing an interception. Crazy. And after having a decent game, he made a key run. Remember, he ran on third down and got a big game. J.D. Fowler scored, but he got a big game right there. So it's like he let the whole team down with that interception, especially the defense. The defense played so well when it was time to play well, especially when the Dolphins were perfect for the season on goal to go. When it's goal to go, they score every time this season. And we stopped them 3 times this year. This game. And Marcus Mariota does that. So, is the season over? It's not. I'm looking at the standings. I don't see an X. You see one? Or am I blind? I'm looking at the standings. Do I see it? I don't. I do not see an X. So, we still alive, man.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I'm gonna address that comment too.
It's over, Joe. I'm trying to see if I can get all the. It's over. One more, since you said you don't see an X next to your name, Brother Joe. You're done, son. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry. When you got Marcus Mariota coming out on some, we finding ways to build and build for next year. Excuse me. What are you, the offensive coordinator? What are you talking about right now? No, I will say this though, Joe. You all definitely came out looking well prepared. Like the team did look prepared for this game. The defense, hands down, look prepared. I'm gonna take this comment down just for 1 second. I'm gonna let you address it. I want to issue a formal apology to Decorius because I call you out all the time when you talk about Joe Witt, but I'm gonna sit up here and say, you know what? You got this one right, my boy. He should have been gone. Or at least switch the play calling, or just have Dan Quinn sit in and say, hey, Dan, so what you think about doing this on third downs? And Dan say no. And then you actually listen to what Dan was saying because you went upstairs, you went downstairs, and it just didn't work. So Dan definitely, with less players too. Because remember on Friday, me and DeVore was asking you, like, what's going to change if he has less talent if you already don't think it's the personnel? So no, that showed up there. Some people would say, like they tell me with the Raiders, that it's just the Dolphins. But hey, the Dolphins could just hit a switch and put up 40 if it's a good day. You all found ways to make Tua just make bad plays, and then of course, but you had your backup, Joe. Like, and then you all knew the kicker was bad. I wouldn't even took the kicker down there. I would have found a way to sneak. You know what? I would have put Payne as the kicker, so he could at least catch the plane down there and let him say, "Nah, man, Gabe, you got to stay home. Payne, you just gonna kick." Like that's just what you would have came out better because there's no way you go to a soccer dome and can't kick a football. Like it just don't make sense to me. But that's another thing. But I want to ask you one question before you go into the comment. Right? What's the fix if you saying y'all not done? What can you do to get back on track?
I told you my quarterback will be back now after the bye week.
Okay.
So he gonna give us an update, but he said JD on track right now. JD looking good in his what you call it in his rehab.
Rehab. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He
What
looking
about
good.
Terry?
They didn't even ask about Terry, so I have no clue what's going on with Terry McLaurin.
Okay.
So we'll see. But I do want to address this. Quan Martin, he didn't really play that much, and it was a coaching decision. Jazier Newton, he had his least amount of snaps all season against the Dolphins, and that was a coaching decision. Adam Peters has some misses so far. It looked like so far, and I'm gonna be honest. Newton being one of them, he's a second round pick. Newton has not grown since last year. I saw him in preseason. I'm like, oh, okay, he looked nice, but he hasn't flashed all year for real. That's number one. Number two, guys are tight end Ben Sinnott, right? He's in his second year and we don't even use him. So I don't know if it's because he's not there yet or what. Now I'm not gonna give up on him, you know what I mean? But so far he hasn't hit, right? And then signing these, and this is why I'm gonna get the Corey's and Flowers too, being the oldest team, right? Signing all these guys like Von Miller. Von Miller did make a play. I think he made a play against the Dolphins. He almost got a sack, but he was also had a play when he was slow. Like Von Miller has not flashed across the screen all year. Bobby Wagner played well. I know leading up to this game, I was disappointed in Bobby Wagner. I felt like that he was a step slower, but I feel like he played really good in this Dolphins game. He had a big defensive deflection in the end zone, 4th down. So I got to give him that. But these older signings he been doing, it's been showing. Our best guy on the line has been Jacob Martin. Our best DN has been Jacob Martin.
55, right?
Huh? 55,
right?
Yeah, he's been balling. But Adam Peters, he got some work to do this offseason. A lot of work to do. Because and Marshall Lattimore, y'all hear me talk about that all the time. Now it looks like a terrible trade. I mean, at the time, we were all excited. Even the rivals was like, okay, that's a good move, Commanders. That's a good move. Because we use some picks and we use some picks that we got from others to get him. But then you see Marshall Lattimore now, it's like, whoa, this guy's terrible right now. So but shout out to Dan Quinn, no Trey Amos, no Deron Payne, no Daryl Armstrong, no Dedrick Wise. All these guys are out. And he had them guys playing that hard. That's why I love Dan Quinn. And that's why I said that this game is going to show is it Joe Witt or is it the players? And it clearly shows it's Joe Witt. So shout out to Dan Quinn.
And your comment last night about my head coach, once you said you like our head coach, the first game I thought about Joe, because in that moment, I think that was right after he went over and he was hugging CD and Pickens, basically saying, like, y'all boys, y'all knew y'all was in trouble, but y'all showing up. So, all right, my job not on the line. Like, I understand there, right? I thought about that Dan Quinn game where he head coached it when we was with the Saints and how all the players was rallying around him and everything. And it was like, okay, so this is a little bit of what you have in DC, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, like you said, it's not the coach. Adam Peters definitely has a tall hill to climb this offseason. He's seen that, hey, the experiment of the AARP squad did kind of fail, but I don't think it failed in the sense of what he thought it was going to be. He didn't think Jaden Daniels was going to get hurt, right? We all kind of think these players are older, so they might have gotten hurt in some games or maybe banged up, but everybody get banged up in the NFL. But we didn't think it was going to be this bad.
Yeah.
So you don't have a first round pick this year, do you? In the draft? You do? Okay, so I mean, like I said, you keep losing, you can get back up in that top 5 range. You go get you another young linebacker or somebody. You know, I don't want y'all to be great because you're in the division, but you know, you go get some more pieces and then you right back at it. But yeah, the real thing that Adam Peters is probably banking on, and he's probably got it tucked away in his black book somewhere, is the "I told you so" on Terry. Like he was trying to tell you all, I didn't want to re-sign him for a certain reason. While you're going out and signing older players, I think that's kind of where the balance didn't work. It was like, well, you're signing older players, but you don't want to sign Terry. What really is it? So I think that's gonna come out in the all season too. But yeah, it was bad in Madrid.
So we got a first round pick, a third round pick, a fifth round pick, and we got ours and 49ers sixth round pick and a seventh round pick. So we don't have a fourth and second. That's what we don't have. But we have all the other picks though. Plus the 49ers sixth round pick. So we can make something work because you can always trade back and stuff like that. And then we're going to have a high draft pick. You know, but we go ahead. We can also trade back and get like, because we don't need a quarterback. So like, there's going to be teams that's trying to get a quarterback, so we can get a lump. We can get a good. If we continue this losing streak, let's assume that we just win one more game, 4 games. We will end up with a top pick, and it's one of these teams that want to get a quarterback. We will be in position to, hey, will you want like get multiple first round picks and set us up for the future also.
That's true. But what do you say? I just want you to answer this one, and we can move to the next topic.
Yeah.
He said,
It's
not
not like okay. See, it's hard to judge that because the injuries, man. Like the man didn't play 3 games in a row all year. Like he played against the Giants, and he looked pretty. He looked good with the Giants. Now he had moments when that's the first game of the season, all that stuff. He missed some throws, but he still looked good. And then we go against Green Bay. He looked bad, and then he gets hurt. Then he comes back and gets the Chargers. He looks great. And then we play the Bears. He looked. The turnovers were bad, but outside of that, he was okay. And then he got hurt again. You know what I mean? Like. So he hasn't put down a string of games. Like he's been in and out the lineup all year. Then he come back against Seattle and get hurt again. You know, so it's like there's no rhythm. And then he's playing with third and fourth string guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that was Kevin. I'm talking about the your draft your draft scenario that you threw out there. I think the guy that threw it out there sounds like he's an Eagles fan, and I'm hoping you sticking around just for this next topic because yeah. So Joe, I was listening to an old mixtape, right? And if you know, you know, right? So I had to flip it because we're a sports show. So it was like there's three type of NFL teams out there, right? There's teams that make it happen, there's teams that watch it happen, and then there's teams that don't even know what's going on. And if you in Philadelphia, you know, right now you're having an internal battle within because your team is winning, but it's starting to get a little boring. But they're winning, so you can't come out and say it's boring. But they're winning, right? So you got to have the battle of the wins and losses, right? And Jalen Hurts threw 1 touchdown in their battle against the Lions, which was 16-9, you know, that victory there. Some people are still killing Dan Campbell for all his 4th down attempts, but hey, that's just who Dan Campbell is, right? And out of those 3 type of NFL teams that I threw out there, we got to ask, are the Eagles the best team in the NFL? Joe? I think it's the Rams. And some people gonna say, "How you think it's the Rams? Right? They lost to the Eagles." I can't say the other word in my Philly anger voice, but you know what word they want to say after that, right? The one team that went to the link and had them fighting for their life, right? In the link, because if you ask any Philly fan, you come to the link. You come to what they say about the link. You can't win there. Playoff time, you go to the link. You can't win there. The Rams had them fighting for their life with 2 field goal blocks. I mean, granted, they showed you why they are a good team because they came back. But if you're looking at how the Rams been playing and you look at the teams in the Rams division, they got to fight and claw to keep it, to try to get back, right? Dallas should.
Mhm.
I mean, Genty might want to trade for Dallas at this rate. Max Crosby too, but that's another story. I'll address that later. You upset, but you didn't want to get traded. These pass rushers, these podcast pass rushers, man, they throw me off. But
Oh, no.
but back to what I was saying, as far as some people they still have their gripes or they have their questions about Sam Darnold. And shout out to AJ, because what he said about him last year in the two biggest games. AJ was right. And then they had another. They might have another moment with the Seahawks. We don't know. But right now, the LA Rams are showing you like that Eagles game was one of their lapses, but they've been fighting and clawing ever since. What did we say about the MVP race last week? Matt Stafford leading the league in touchdowns. I gotta go back and stat checking and make sure I'm correct on that.
Yeah.
But Matt Stafford has been balling. And what was the talks with him all season? The back. We don't know how good he's gonna play, and I don't know what type of chiropractor he went to, but he balling too. So he might have hit up one of them little accidental lawyers and got his back right, because he balling right now. But I would say if there's a hierarchy, I think I got to give it to Philly, right? I believe it's the Rams, but if I'm doing a ranking, I'm only giving Philly the edge because they did beat them. Like the head-to-head race, they did beat them. But I believe it's the Rams, then it's Philly in that whole bracket that I said about teams that make it happen. Because these two teams right now are finding ways to make it happen. I'm gonna add the Seahawks to that too. Lions, I don't know what's going on right now, but those are the big three right now as far as like NFC. Thank you, Carl. 2 interceptions.
Yeah, bro.
It's
He didn't. Okay, I know. That's what he said. Surprising stat. And that's why he's the MVP right to me right now. But I respect the Rams being the best team. I mean, I don't have no pushback on that. I don't, because you have every reason to believe that. But out of respect for Philly, I'm going to say Philly. And I think Philly gotten better defensively since that Rams game. Adding Jalen Phillips to that team was life-saving. But I mean, he just changed everything for another elite pass rusher who was rejuvenated, coming from a losing team. Sorry, J-Mo and DeVore. A losing team who was not going to make the playoffs, who had no help, who had no toughness, to a team who's Super Bowl champions, who have the toughness, and Vic Fangio calling the shots. So, like you said in the chat, man, Jackson playing well lately, and you like good pass rush equals good play in the back. What you say? I forgot what you said, but it's because
Adoree, Adoree Jackson. Okay,
yeah.
I was like, a good pass rush makes great coverage. You seen that yesterday. Look at Deron Bland. But anyway,
I mean, the perfect example for that is Bradbury. Bradbury is a perfect example for that. He was an All-Pro. And then after that, he was apple juice, the cranberry is apple juice.
He was All-Pro. Then they said, just go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. For real. And does he have a job? Is he playing? I don't know. I haven't heard his name all year. I don't know if he's playing. But anyways, the Eagles had the best team because the side that's struggling, and like first one, their defense is lifestyle. I talked about that. You saw what they did to Detroit and Jared Goff and them. You saw what they did to Jordan Love and them, even though they had all the injuries. But you see what they do to everybody. They've been well defensively. But offensively, they've been struggling. And I understand that. But you look at the personnel on the offensive side of the ball, I just can't deny it. Like, they got Dallas Goedert, Smitty, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley. Like, as much as I killed Jahan Dawson, he's their third receiver. Jahan Dawson could potentially be a second receiver somewhere. But he's their third receiver. He just don't be getting the opportunities like the other guys do. And they don't throw the ball a lot. And they got a good offensive line. Now, they are banged up going to the Yacht game. Lane Johnson is on the injury report. I think Cam Jerkins is also. So they got some injuries. But the personnel is too good for me to say, like, this. They're going to continue to have these flaws offensively. So they got to get this together. But I'm going to go with the Eagles, but mainly because of Vic Fangio, that defense. Against the Detroit Lions, they were everywhere. I mean, there was barely space for them to make plays. Jared Goff had opportunities, though, and Jared Goff did not make the plays. and Jahmyr Gibbs
At
ate him
all.
up. I ain't gonna lie, Jahmyr Gibbs went crazy on him. But he had St. Brown a couple of times. But I think not having Laporta hurt the Detroit Lions. He's a terrific blocker, and we all know how he is as a pass catcher. The man is elite, right? He's Jared Goff Belloc guy. So, but I'm gonna go with the Eagles right now.
All right, so I'm glad you said that, right? Because you were talking about one side of the football, which was the offensive side. I'm gonna give the other side a little bit of praise, right? And I don't know if somebody started this on Twitter, but I feel like I started it here. So I want to be the first one to say y'all owe me. But I'm gonna give a shout out to the victims unit.
Okay.
Vic Fangio, play on Vic Fangio's name, the victims unit. Because if you think about who they got as their front seven, you talking about Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Jaylene Phillips, right?
Mm-hmm.
N'Kobe Dean, right? And balling. And we can even I got my gripes with him, but he earned it. Pop, Brandon Graham. You know, that rotational mix that they have, bro, are causing harm to these offensive lines. And when they get to that offensive line, now your quarterback can't do what he really want to do. Because like we said, in that game, there was several factors outside of him just seeing ghosts. Like it was windy that day too, right? Windy. And I don't know if he thought it was the Wizard of Oz, but Jared Goff was not at home. He did not feel like he was at home, and all he wanted to do was give back to Detroit in the actual dome, because the way they were getting to him after every play, it was one play where he literally had Amaron on a slant, and he just threw it down. Like, it was straight down to the ground. And I was like, is he hurt? And Kev had his moment. I was like, I'm not saying is he actually hurt, Kev. I know that he going through some things right now. He can't think straight. And that's why I wanted to go with that one, because what was the last game? I had to look it up right quick, schedule-wise. Their bye week, after they beat the Giants 38-20, they went on a bye week. And ever since then, 10-7, 16-9. I told y'all in the beginning of the show, I think Dallas gonna put up a little bit more points, because again, this is in Dallas. So we're gonna see this is another head-to-head with Jalen Hurts. But I'm not going to talk about that game right now. I'm going to give y'all praise. I agree with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they are, like I said, I got to give them the edge because they did beat the Rams. But to me, how I see it right now, the Rams are the best team. They still have a chance. The Eagles got to they go in, they smack Dallas in Dallas. I'll come back on here and tell you, man, look, y'all got another chance at a bowl. Look at y'all catching up.
Look at y'all catching up. The Eagles' offense is concerning, though. I will say that. The Rams' offense is not concerning, and the defense is picking up. You know, look what they did. We saw what the Eagles did to the Lions, but look what they did to the Seahawks. You know, so the Seahawks, Sam Darnold has been balling all year, and I know he be seeing ghosts too. But so does Jared Goff have his moment. We saw Jared Goff last year against the Texans throw 5 interceptions and still win a game.
That's
so
true.
We know Jared Goff is capable of doing what Sam Darnold did. They went there. I think it was. I don't remember if it was in Seattle. I think it was. But they played Seattle, and he threw 4 interceptions. And the offense wasn't having their best game, but the defense stepped up and shut them down. A team that's been cooking. And then I look at this offense. The Lions, although they play so poorly offensively, they missed out on 3 4th downs. People forget about that. And they put 2 times they put the Eagles on plus territory after the 4th downs, and the Eagles did nothing with it for real. The Eagles got remember the first field goal they got? It was an interception on Jared Goff, and they went 3-0. And they kicked the field goal. Like, the Eagles got the most 3-and-outs in the NFL. That's not good. But Kev said something jokingly, but it's true. He said, AJ over here tripping. He said, we can't even beat ourselves. What AJ, like,
That's true.
Think about it. What AJ is doing, AJ Brown is doing, most teams will like split apart for a while and start losing. But it's because the defense has been holding them down. Defense has been balling lately. They have been balling. When the defense don't show up, they lose. The defense is showing against the Giants, and they lost. But since that Giants game, they like against the Vikings, defense showed up. Like, the defense has been showing up for these boys. But they got to be able to win. That's why y'all will be like something, because, like you said, y'all could put pressure on the Eagles to put up points. Because y'all got two receivers that can, he could, like, just throw it up. You can't double both of them. And then you got your tight end, is he still leading the league in receptions? I'm not sure.
You talking about Ferguson?
But, yeah, he was at one point though. So
He had some off games, so
yeah,
they
yeah,
had
the
some
whole
off
team got
games.
off games.
That's
I
what I'm
know Dak was
saying.
killer. I said, you only got 17. We got 21 now. I'm like, you only got 17 touchdowns.
That's why
He
he's
was
trying to make
cooking,
up last night, and then CD dropped the pass. We talking about the Eagles,
man.
man.
Because
I
they're
need
5.
therapy.
You know, Dak's
That
in
was
5. Shout out to Lamar Jackson.
that would have
But
been
yeah,
nice.
so I think the Eagles, though, their offense is definitely concerning. And I know they don't want to do what Dan Campbell doing in Philly.
No, they definitely don't want to go back there, and I'm with them on that one because some of that play calling was just a little bit horrendous. But I ain't gonna lie, Joe. I think it's gonna get back to that point now because we're starting to see videos of Jalen Hurts being upset. Like at
Yeah,
first it was the wide receivers, then it went to Saquon having his moments. But now if the quarterback is starting to get visibly upset, it might be on to something as far as like, look, bro, I know that's your boy, like kid, yeah, that's your boy, but he messing up our thing, Nick. So we're gonna have to fix something. So I think that'll be I think if they lose to the Cowboys, that'll be the straw that broke the camel's back. They lose to the Cowboys, and because their offense can't score, Kevin Matullo might be out of here.
Tomo, when the Eagles collapsed, were y'all the first game or was it the 49ers?
It was the 49ers. The 49ers
And they
started that.
but they was going through a gauntlet though.
Yeah.
And right
they beat
now
the Bills. No, that's
they beat
crazy
2
because
teams.
they beat the Chiefs, they beat the Bills. Then they got the 49ers showed
they
up.
beat the Dolphins. Sorry, they beat the Dolphins. Because they beat the Chiefs early in the year. They beat the Dolphins. And then they beat the Bills, I think. And then they lost to the 49ers, you said?
Did they lose? No, the Jets game was early in the year too. And then they got back on track. Because the Jets game was the only game that they would put on Hurts to say he lost that game. So yeah, I think it was the 49ers. Then I think it was us. Then,
I got you right here.
They started spiraling.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was the Chiefs, Bills, and then they lost to the 49ers, Dallas, Seahawks. And that was week 13 when they lost. That's when they started spiraling down. So who we got now? Week what?
Week 11. This week 11.
It's week 12. We're going in week 12.
We going in week 12.
And look,
they got flying by.
And look, they got the Cowboys. So and then they got the Bears, who are playing well right now. By the way, I'm gonna give a shout out to the Bears. They right now number 1 in the NFC North. Shout out to the Bears.
Shout out to Al Harris.
Shout out to Al Harris. Hey, that's your boy. Should have been.
Boys is balling, bro.
I know they are. They are balling. It's like I got trade players. Al Harris and you got what's his name? The head coach. What's his name? Uber.
Oh, Eberflus.
Eberflus. I say Uber. And then they got the Chargers, and then they got the Raiders, Washington, Bills, and Washington. So we'll see. Okay. I like that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. So we gonna see. But like I said, I just wanted to give a shout out to that SVU victims unit that they got over there, man. They causing pain right now. So we'll see if they can keep it up. But also, Joe, just now that you said that, made me remember one more thing before we move on. The reason why when Kev cracked that joke, it made sense because they've been here before. After we just talked about that downfall, they've been in these moments before. So this is why this makes them a good team. They're learning from their mistakes because the failures that happened in that downfall was something in the locker room, right? Mm-hmm. They're going through something in the locker room where it's like it's not players. It's probably players against the actual coordinator, but they're finding ways to fight through it. They're like, we're going to win in spite of, we're going to win in spite of the bad play calling. The defense is like, you know what? All you all got to do, it kind of reminds you of that 2000 Ravens team, right? All you got to do is just get 10 points, and we got y'all from here. Like, don't turn the ball over, get the 10 points, and we got y'all from here. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's been looking like. And Jalen Hurts is not the quarterback that's going to put the ball in harm's way. So it's just a good mix. Not a good mix for A.J. Brown, but it's a good mix for what the Eagles got.
I do want to ask a question for the Eagles fans in the chat. Y'all still think Jalen Hurts in the MVP conversations? Go ahead, Tomo. Because nobody never responds to me in the chat when I ask the question.
Hey, man, they on vacation, man.
And
right now.
Dude, don't be surprised he Cuban in the MVP. I said, he don't throw the ball enough. What you mean? Look at the stats. Look at this. Look at that.
You did say that. You and AJ Brown said the same thing.
I'm not even like trying to like this hurts. He just don't throw y'all don't throw the ball enough for him to be an MVP. his turnover ratio gonna be good because he don't throw the ball.
Now with the numbers Matt Stafford putting up too, man. Like, nah, I'm sorry.
I wonder who beat the Bears. Yeah, but Matt Stafford cooking. That boy on the heater.
Well, we had a little fun, right? But
Uh-huh.
Joe, this whole episode, man, you've been on your worst behavior. I'm gonna just play the video, man. I don't even want. If you don't know, if you've been in a hut somewhere, I'm trying to get in the mobile view. If you've been in a hut somewhere, then yeah, welcome to Refuse to Lose.
So it's up. I'm gonna get football after that, respectfully.
Just for saying that you spit on him. Did you spit on him?
I ain't never opened my mouth to that guy.
So what do you think prompted the reaction from him?
Well, he don't like some of the words I told him.
What are you saying?
I ain't spit on nobody.
First of all, he just lied and then said, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. You good?
He said I never opened my mouth to this guy, but he ain't like the words I said. I'm like, what you talking about? You just say you open your mouth. You lie.
Steelers run past the Bengals 34-12. And Aaron Rodgers left with a wrist injury.
Yeah, shout out to wrist injuries.
That's how I know you. That's how I know hashtag pushing 40 is real. But nobody. We not even talking about the game because of what Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey did, and I think the entire football world universe all said the same thing before they seen the video come out. And was like, man, Jalen Ramsey, bro, you can't be doing that. You can't be getting thrown out the game, bro. Like that, your team needs you.
Facts.
And it made me think of Kobe a long time ago, right? And when the Trayvon Martin, rest in peace, Trayvon, when they came out and they asked Kobe, he said, I want to wait to get more evidence before I make a judgment. And that's the first thing I thought about, because once the video came out, the first video came out, it was like, man, you ain't spit on them. And then they found it in 4K. Whoever in the NFL network worked for TMZ and zoomed in and said, nah, that's Slim. Jamar Chase got suspended for 1 game, Joe. The first time we talked about this, it was crazy. Then a kid in college got suspended for it. Now here we go again. Joe, what's going on, Joe? Tell him something, Joe.
Man, and I know it's crazy. I actually respect Jamar Chase. I respect him. And I'm not an expert on finding out if somebody lying, but he definitely looked like he was lying when he was talking. He definitely looked like he was lying. And you know why he was upset? Because he was getting strapped. That's why. And Ramsey was one of the guys. Ramsey was playing a great game. And like you said, when he got kicked out, I was like, what? Like, come on, Ramsey, what are you doing? I was thinking the same thing. Like, come on, Ramsey, you a vet, man. Come on. You know, like, you can't do that in this moment. It's a division game. They need you. You've been playing so good, too. And they say he spit on him. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you might spit on him. You know, people just like Myles Garrett said, he called me the N-word. Remember that? With Mason Rudolph? And a lot of people didn't believe that. I know.
Yeah. Myles did this about the same thing. He took that helmet off and went crazy. He should have took the helmet off.
A lot of people felt like it was like a cop-out. Like, okay, it was a cop-out for him to say, how can you prove he said that for real? You know what I mean? It was like a cop-out for people felt like. So that's how I looked at it. Like when he said he spit on me, and Jamar Chase said, I ain't spit on it. I ain't hear the interview, but I saw the report. It said he denied they spit on him. I'm like, okay. Ramsey, come on, you gotta be better. Then I saw the footage, Tomo. I'm like, this dude straight up spit on him. And then he appealed it and had a nerve to say, if I wanted to spit on him, I would have spit on his face, not his jersey. What? So my thing is this. He was getting strapped. We all remember what happened in the first game, Tomo. He had 23 targets for 16 catches. And he had 161 yards for a touchdown. What about this game? 10 targets, 3 catches, 30 yards. He was getting strapped. That's why he was upset. And they were losing. It's a pivotal game for them to win the AFC North or get to the playoffs. So he was dead wrong. And then Mike Tomlin comes out and he says, they say, how would you, basically, what would you, we should have had that clip too. What would you tell your players to do basically if they get spit on? He like, man, go with your first instinct. I like go with your I mean, they like, go with your first instinct. I don't know what to say in that situation. Go with your first instinct. I was like, dang. So that basically said, I ain't mad at Ramsey for getting ejected. You don't spit on the man. And which is crazy. That's the worst thing you could do to somebody. I feel like punch me before you spit on me. Like that's like don't spit on me. Spit on somebody that's disrespectful. You spit on the ground. Like you said, we went through this already with Jalen Carter. You spit on the ground, something you walk on. So when you spit on somebody, that's so disrespectful. So doing that is a sucker move, in my opinion. It's also a sucker move. It's crazy. And somebody said on CBS Sports, he says it's lame. And I agree with that. It's definitely lame. And like you said, it's footage everywhere. You took your glasses off. We can see you. You're not invisible. Come on, this ain't Big Daddy. You think I got the shades on that we can't see you? You are not invisible. He lied to you. So he was tripping with that. And I agree with the suspension.
I think it should have been more games.
Yeah, that's what Tony said.
I think it should have been more games. One, because you lied to us. You flat out lied to us. What your parents say when you get in trouble? They be like, look, bro, if you didn't lie to me, you probably wouldn't have got in more trouble. You should have just told me the truth. You should have been like, look, man, come on now. We all got it from a book. Well, I'm just saying. Bro, if you'd have just told the truth, when you get locked up, I haven't been locked up, thank God. But I watch enough lawyer shows where they say, hey, bro, I can only get you out if you tell me the truth. He said the most hardest person to represent is an innocent man. But Jamar Chase, you did it. So all you had to do was say, look, bro, I lost my temper. I shouldn't have did that. Jalen, my bad, bro. It is what it is. Right? Not it is what it is because you shouldn't have spit, but my bad, lost my temper. And we move on. Then you get one game. Bro, did you see what Joe, we just set up? He said, he didn't like what I was saying to him, but I never said a word to that guy. Lie. Then you said, I never spit on that guy. Lie again. Like, bro, he should have got as many games as many lies as he told in that post game. Then when you come to appeal it, I don't even know how they looked at the appeal. Like, you just look at the email and be like, Jamar Chase, is he serious? 2 more games, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, you getting games just for wasting our time, bro. Like, we're not about to do this, bro. We're not about to do this. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'd rather get slapped.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that question. I think a slap though is not about me receiving it, but the look of it. If I see Tomo slap somebody, you know, I might feel bad for the person who he slapped. Like, come on, Tommy, you had to do that.
Like Devon Payne.
Well, he got hit first though. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, when you see him slap, you like all right, he had to do something crazy.
Yeah, and then you like, come on, Payne, but you're not looking at him like it's more like be disciplined. Like, come on, be more disciplined. But when you see somebody spit on somebody, it's kind of like you want to jump in. You're like, bro, what are you doing? And you want to like, bro, you don't do that. We don't do that. That's not what we represent. Like, spitting on somebody is a very disrespectful thing. It really is. Slapping is too, though.
And I know, shout out to Cuzzo for coming on here and showing us our age. But I know a lot of y'all haven't seen New Jack City. But when he poured the champagne on her and said cancel, he spit right after that, bro. That was just the ultimate disrespect, bro.
Disrespect.
Like, Nino, you gotta go. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, nah, Jamar Chase, bro. You lost a lot of credibility in the league with that one, bro. Like, what he did got people forgetting that Jalen Carter even did what he. But I know they're gonna bring it up on Sunday, though.
It's crazy because Jalen Carter's situation, you understand it more though, because Dak spit towards the direction, and then he was like, "You spit on me." He said that. He said, "Did you spit on me?" And then or spit at me, and he spit back. That I understand, which I still wouldn't do. I still think it's wrong, but
I get what you get the response
that
like,
more than Jamar Chase. Like, come on, bro. Like, you really was about that. You would have swung on him. You would have got suspended. You got a jack because you still lost. You never got suspended though.
And like, it wasn't like y'all was gonna win the game, like regardless, bro. And
right.
And I don't know if y'all know, but Jalen Ramsey can hold a grudge. So when he see y'all again next year, he gonna remember this, bro. Like, I just want y'all to remember that Jalen Ramsey can't hold a grudge. Go check out the Pivot interview, but he can hold a grudge. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just mad. This was the first game. The second game. I wish it was the first. I want to see them play again.
Because I'm telling you, all season, you done gave him motivation. You better hope the Steelers trade him or something. Because I'm telling you, it's personal.
Even on the pivot, he was like, "I got one." He said that. He said like, cause it was asking who going guard Chase. He was like, "I got one."
That was
Like,
competitive. Now it's a whole nother ball game. He
I
gonna try to make
definitely
sure yeah.
And
Nah,
Ramsey, he a tough dude. I respect Ramsey, man. Like I like the fact that he got spit on and he thought about it. He saw it, like he was like, "Damn." And then he swung. It was like it wasn't like instant. It was like spit swing. It was like spit. Then he looked. He was like, "Did he just?" I know, right? Like, but
that's exactly what he definitely did that though. And that's what Jamar Chase did as he backed up. He was like, like, all right.
For real?
I got no money in my career. I could pay the fine. That's exactly what you said. I could pay the fine. Come here.
I know he got me. Dang, he lose respect for that though, man. You right. He lost a lot of respect around the league with that. It's crazy.
Yeah, nah, man. And then I don't even know how people address it in the locker room. Like, bruh, on the field, it's like what they say when we get in the car, bro. You know you was wrong. We gonna fight on the field with you, but when we get in the car, bro, you was wrong. You was flat out wrong for that one.
Do you think T. Higgins went to him and locker room and said, "Hey, bro, you really spit on him?" And then nah, bro, I ain't spit on him. And he lied to T. Higgins. Like, imagine that. And T. Higgins see the video. It's like, bro, like, why lie?
Hey, bro, this you, bro. This on TikTok. It's you, bro.
This is you, right
there.
Nah, it ain't me. It's AI.
I can see him saying that too. First thing, as soon as you said that, Joe, I thought about the Ron Artest Malice in the Palace. You ever heard Steven Jackson tell the story when they got back in the locker room? He said Ron Artest was like, "Hey, you think we gonna get in trouble?"
Yeah. And then
what you think gonna happen, bro? What you think about to happen, bro?
And it's funny, but now, like he gonna pull that. Remember Jalen Brown with his hair? He was like, "Man, AI be doing something else nowadays." That's Jamar Chase. That's.
And now you see why. Sorry, Teddy, you was an innocent bystander, but you see why I had to get my jokes off, bro. Like my man out here, he doing it on purpose, messing up good NBA jerseys.
He cool with that though. You know, he's not a big JV fan. He wishing for his downfall or wishing for the Celtics win. That's crazy.
Teddy, I'm gonna tell you like they tell people when they make prayers, bro. Be specific in what you want in the downfall, because other than that, you're not gonna get everything you ask for. Because you asking for the downfall, but the only thing he losing is his hair. So I'm just saying though, like Teddy, you might want to be more specific.
Clear and concise.
There you go, because you know, be like, "Hey, God, I need $1 million." He gonna give you $1 million, but you might go to jail. Over 50 years, and you like, what? You said $1 million. Add it up. Like, it's not my fault, but come on, Joe. We having too much. Let's get out of here, man.
All right, I know we got one more, right?
Yeah, he really went Carlos Boozer, man. Think nobody was gonna pay attention to that. Carlos Boozer was crazy. That was crazy.
Joe was like, "You painted that Joe the whole head."
Then he started sweating. It was like, bro, you didn't think that.
Oh man.
Let's get back.
I know, right?
Now, Joe, like I said, I had my iPod on shuffle. I'm taking y'all way back, right? And then the song came on, and it was like, then and you sent me the topics, and I was like, well, they don't know. They really don't know who they be, because the Chiefs, I seen a meme where they were saying the Panthers fans are looking at the Chiefs like, you really 5-5, and they bust out laughing. I sent it in the NFL chat, but it's like 5-5, and the Chiefs at the rate in which they are losing games. My boy is somewhere right now having the time of his life. He 3-0 in the NFC East. He won up right now. I mean, shout out to Tyler for coming on here too. We got both the Broncos on here, so this is how I know they're making the playoffs for real. We got both Bronco fans to make an appearance.
Crazy.
Winning the division. I think Tyler said he's seen that coming. But fresh off a bye week, the Broncos beat the Chiefs 22-19 with a last-second field goal, Joe. Some people would say, what does this loss mean for the Chiefs? But we already know what it means, so we're going to flip it. Okay. Are the Kansas City Chiefs in trouble, Joe? Not Jamar Chase trouble, but are they in trouble?
It's kind of, sort of. Not a lot, though. When I look at the standings, right, look at the teams that are above them. So they're 5-5. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say yes because their schedule, like their schedule coming up is pretty tough. Like they got the Colts and they got the Dallas Cowboys. Those are two games they could possibly lose, and they cannot lose those two games.
Nope.
For real, I would say they can't lose one of those games, but they can't lose both of them. And you can't sleep on the Texans. The Texans has the number one defense in the NFL right now. The number one defense. I know C.J. Stroud in the offense has not been booming. David Mills been putting on some points, though. I'm not gonna lie, David Mills. But I know the offense not where we want it to be as far as the Texans, but the defense is lights out. Then they got the Titans, but then they got Denver again in the Chargers. So I would say they are kind of sort of in trouble. And I also want to say this. This Chiefs team should feel better about this year's team than they did about last year's team. This is going to sound crazy. Last year's team was not that good. They were squeezing out so many victories in weird ways. Remember the Broncos played them in a similar type game, and they had a game-winning field goal, and they blocked the field goal. that Broncos should have won that game. You know, like they had so many games like that. And then, but this year, point differential is higher. They're averaging more points per game. Mahomes having a better season this year, which you want to see. You want to see the offense booming. And the defense are allowing less points this year. They're actually playing better than last year, but the record don't show it because they were winning a lot of close games. So I want to say this. Now I said this online. I put it like a reel out. Mahomes have overcame almost every obstacle. He came into the NFL and he was winning. He was owning the AOC. Like he lost to Brady his first year, and then he came right back and won a Super Bowl. Boom. And then ever since then, the road has been going through Kansas City. And then finally, he won the division, but he wasn't number one seed for the first time in his career. Well, second time. He was number one seed. He was number 2 seed against the Titans, and they ended up losing to the Bengals. But this was the first time he didn't go to the playoffs with home field advantage. He had to go to Buffalo and play in Buffalo. And we always like, this might be the time Josh Allen might get him. Because it's always in Kansas City. I know you probably didn't do it.
Oh,
I know I was like, it's part of the time. But shout out to Stephon Diggs. He missed that pass, you know. But Kansas City won the game. Then they went to Baltimore. We all were like, Baltimore got to win this game.
I'm with you there.
Like, they had the number one defense that year. Lamar was the MVP. And Mahomes rolled up in there and went up 2 touchdowns early. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, who was we? Went up 2 touchdowns early and was like, we're going to play the Jalen Hurts way and not turn the ball over, and we're going to win this game. And then he had a game-setting pass to MVS to seal the game. And then he rolled into the 49ers, who were kind of the best team that year. Like, outside of the Ravens. It was the Ravens and probably the 49ers. And then the 49ers go in there and they beat the 49ers overtime. So this will be the first time, if they make the playoffs, which I assume they will, that he will get to the playoffs not winning the division at all. And he'll be on the road. So if Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs go on the road, get to the Super Bowl and win it, Tomo, I mean, Brady, you getting close, my boy. I know he needs 7, but he getting close, my boy. That's all I'm saying. So I like to root for success and greatness if it's not to my demise, like the Eagles. I'm sorry, Eagles fan. Like I'm a Commanders fan. If the Eagles are successful, I'm gonna hear it, and I'm not trying to hear it. But I ain't got no Chiefs haters, you know. So like I'm rooting for the Chiefs to actually pull this off because I want to see greatness. Kind of like I wanted to see the Dodgers win because I want to see greatness. I want to see this dynasty. So I do want to see this happen, and we're gonna see. But I don't think they are in trouble, but not as bad as everybody making it seem.
The Chiefs don't make the right now. They're the 9th seed, so they outside looking in, right? And like you said, Joe, like the script would be perfect. Like that would be the perfect script. Here they go again, battling against another obstacle. But some would say, wasn't that somewhat the storyline last year when they got there it was like, you know what, they're not playing as good, and you know, here's a 3-peat. But then once they got to the Super Bowl, the arrogance started to kick in because they was like, oh, it's a 3-peat, and then you know, Philly came in and put the Broad Street Bully on them, basically, because that's what they did. And ever since then, some teams, and it's been going around in the universe, teams are like, well, if they can do it, I know we can do it. But teams already in their division was saying that about them already, while the rest of the NFL was trying to figure it out, right?
Facts.
The Raiders, the Chargers, and the Broncos, they're like, okay, he's the greatest quarterback, but to him, he's just Patty Mahomes. To us, like, we don't care. We see him twice, and boom, he comes down to field goal kicks. Sean Payton said that game that you brought up, Joe, he remembered that game. And talk about somebody holding a grudge. He's like, no, this is why this is why we needed this win. Like, no, we needed to prove to them that we could beat them because they was doing it last year with a rookie quarterback. Like, this is Bo Nix, and we had them on the ropes. So again, I think the Chiefs are a good team. I think they built their team the right way to go to Super Bowls and then, like you said, all the AFC championships. But I do think at some point, like, the stock is going to drop. I don't think it's over for them, but I think the price is going down, and a lot of people are starting to move on from that whole Chiefs being the best team in the NFL narrative. They're trying to pass it on. Some people are still trying to pass it on to the Bills, and the Bills are trying to find ways. They're trying to spread a little love as far as with the Ravens. Right now, they're dealing with the injuries. I think the NFL right now is looking for another team to be the face and say, hey, these are the head honchos. Go get them. And this is why that Philly segment was so upsetting, because I think they wanted to be them as well, but their offense can't be electrifying like how the Chiefs was. Remember when the Chiefs first started winning, they was putting up numbers. It was fun to watch. You watch the Eagles, it's like watching 2000. That's funny. Watching 2000 football with just defense. You're like, oh, watch that. But dude, are they in trouble? As a team, I don't think they're in trouble, but I do think that aura that was around them isn't there anymore when they go into situations with certain teams. Like, Joe, what you say in the offseason? If Jaden Daniels getting get hurt, what you say? Are we beating the Chiefs? That lets you know the aura's not there. And I'm not saying because of who y'all are, but I'm just saying, like, the aura's not there. If you feel like we can go up, because I watched y'all a few weeks ago when y'all played the Chiefs, and when our defense was, again, the Raiders got me feeling like we can get a little bit of a pass rush now, a little bit more pocket pressure. But when I watched that game against y'all, I said, oh, if you think he did that to the Commanders, he about to put up 50 on this defense. Now I'm looking like, well, if we could get like close to him, we got a chance.
Yeah. He's not getting protected well.
No, I think the aura's gone. But next year, because now you see the receivers, their offense is starting to click again. I think they're going to find a replacement for Kelsey. Not saying he's going to be done, but they're going to find his next replacement, Pacheco. They're going to find a good running game. And I think Andy Reid going to find a way to get this team back on track. But trouble, nah. But aura, they aura less. And I would say shout out to Carl for what he be saying about another person that's aura less. Or as the youngins would say, they're aura farming right now.
Aura farming. That's another shot at Teddy. But
that one might have been a shot at Teddy, but that's not me. I'm just repeating what I heard.
Teddy getting straight. But I do want to say this before we move on.
Oh, they do.
You're right. The division is not scared of Mahomes. Right? The Chargers always play them close. The Raiders beat them. Remember, they beat them on Thanksgiving or Christmas, one of the days. And the Broncos, Sean Payton's not scared of him, right? And Bo Nix, shout out to Bo Nix. He outplayed Mahomes. He did. He outplayed Mahomes, and he had a game-winning drive. I got to give him props for that. They barely had no running game, and they depended on his arm that game. So I got to give him props for that. And also, the Chiefs, they played the Colts at the next. Mahomes never beat the Colts in the regular season. Never.
Hell,
he's only going to. He never beat them in the regular season, though. And one thing about the Chiefs, they will be playoff ready. Look what they played so far. The Chargers, Philly, Baltimore, Jacksonville, Lions, Buffalo, Denver. About to be the Colts. Texas. Not Texas. But everybody they play besides the Giants and the Raiders are in the playoff picture.
And we in the hunt.
Well, they ain't play out yet. I'm talking about everybody that played so far. They in the playoff picture, every single team. So they got a tough schedule, and they will be playoff ready if they get in.
I mean, they got that anyway, right? That's that contenderness, right? Them already being all the Super Bowls and AFC, they've been in these big games. So as far as being playoff ready, I think they're already there. But I think it's just like I said, that fear factor, that aura that teams had with them is gone. Kind of like with Brady. After a while, it was like, you know what, he's good, but look at the teams in this division. Like he get 8 easy wins. Like we can
every year, bro.
Yeah. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, he
It's
did
just
get
crazy
that.
because that says a lot about Josh Allen because Tom Brady was owning the division for all them years, and now look, you let Drake May come in and take your spot. But I'm not.
And it ain't over.
I mean, but for right now,
he just had 6 touchdowns.
Okay, let's talk about that because they was that AJA moment. We about to get out of here. They was like, oh yeah, 6 touchdowns. He ran for 3 of them.
I mean,
they made it seem like he had 6. No. They made it seem like he had 6 passing touchdowns.
Oh yeah, I see.
And to my number one, you know, the number 2, I would say the co-pres of the AJA, Avon. So now you praising rushing touchdowns from a quarterback? Like, what you doing here? You kill one, but the other one do it is all good. I'm just saying, man. Like,
I know.
I knew I went crazy. One was a push tush.
Oh, it was okay.
It was because I remember somebody on Twitter said, "Remember they said ban the play."
they do it a lot too.
They
do it a lot. They do it, but they don't do it like Philly. Nobody does it like Philly. You saw what the Ravens did? The fake tush push. They did a fake tush push.
Oh yeah, with Mark Andrews. That was a good play. That was a good play. Did you see what the Lions did? The Lions found a way to stop it.
Oh yeah, which one on defense? Which one when you ran around and grabbed him?
I said, finally, bro. Somebody thought of it.
It's crazy because they tried to do it earlier, but he didn't get there on time. He got there on time. He grabbed hers. I'm like, oh snap!
You said y'all want to push? I'm gonna pull. Like, nah.
That was crazy. But and that's good, huh? And once he threw on a car, like, oh yeah, I'm nitpicking.
Nah, hey, shout out to my co-pres because I thought about that when Vaughn said it. I looked, I said 3 rushing touchdowns. Wait. If somebody else came in here bragging about their quarterback doing that, you would have pointed that out. Like, hold up, man. You can't be celebrating that.
I know. Look at you taking up for the Eagles for FJA.
Hey, sometimes the lines get blurred in the NFL chat, man. Sometimes you gotta use what you can, man. I was watching Training Day. It's not what you got, it's what you can prove, man. You gotta use whatever they got out there.
All right. So great show, man. Great show today. Shout out to the R2L family. Shout out to the whole R2L network. Make sure y'all check out Coach Coombs, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. He had an episode earlier today, and check out CTC, Carl Talking College. He also had an episode out today. All right. Actually, 2 words to be honest. All right. I actually think. Okay. But shout out to all the viewers too. You know, we got up to I think 90-something, if I'm not mistaken, viewers. So shout out to all the viewers that's watching. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and become a member, man. We have conversations like the conversations we have in the chats that we have. Come on the show, you know, and we take the show on the road in the chats. So make sure y'all become a member. Hit us up on IG. You can follow us at Refuse to Lose Sports, as you can see on the bottom of both screens, and we'll find you and add you to our chat. But Commanders, man, it ain't over until it's over. But let's have a break because we need it. We on a 6-game losing streak, man. 6-game losing streak. That's crazy. We on a 6-game losing streak. We were 3-2, and we lost 6 games in a row. That is insane. And we need this break. You know what I mean? We need to relax and get away from football. And I get to go this Sunday and just watch everybody else with no stress. I will be stressed. I'm hoping for everybody downfall. But but yeah, man. But shout out to my fantasy team. We number 1 right now in our league. We're looking to keep it up. We put belt to Big O last week. Sorry, Big O. I know you was doing good to start the season. And AJ, you was last week. You were last week, AJ. And Kev, I just realized he in the chat talking about something. It's all luck. I'm like, hold on, I checked the standings, and you're not even in the playoffs.
Like, you can't even get in.
You can't even get in. Like, bro, I'm looking like this man has some luck. You need some luck for real to get in. But anyways, well, that's my last word. Shout out to you, Tomo. Shout out to Dave. And it's good. It's good. It's good money.
One thing I will say about our fantasy league, right? And I think I gotta go back and check when the playoffs start. But I'm looking at the standings. Every year, Joe, it's always a 1 to 2 game difference from being 5 or first place. If you look at it, right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams out of 7 and 4. And 3 teams out of 8 and 3.
I know.
1 week could flip everything.
Facts. No,
Like
bro.
just
I
one
gotta go
week.
from first.
You can drop.
Facts. I can get out the playoffs for real.
Like I looked at when Teddy said something, I went and looked. I said, I am in the playoffs. And Teddy been having a run, man.
Yeah.
It's time to lock in. Matter of
Right,
fact, who do I got over here? I gotta make sure I got somebody easy this week because I'm trying to stay.
Oh, you got Vaughn.
Oh my I just talked all that about AJ. Hey, man, we gotta hold it down, man. We gotta hold it down.
Lamar got the Jets though, so
I mean, Lamar got to ball out though, man. I gotta have a day. But shout out to Dave, man, with the trade. He gave me J-Mo from the Lions, been looking out, and he gave me Henderson. I gave him Debo, Kamara, and it was one more person. Like, it was a good trade. He gave me all number 2 receivers.
you gave him number. Debo ain't been playing well lately, man.
Debo was on a run when I gave him to him. Remember, he was y'all only receiver.
A while ago. This is a while ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a while ago. I wouldn't have did it just now. Nah. I wouldn't have did that. Never did that. No, that's insane. But if you want to trade again, my phone is open. For the folks that joined, like Joe said, for the folks that just joined and you just landed here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Do become a member. My last words will also be a quick rundown on our memberships. Again, we have a commercial at the end, but I know how black people are. They get up when the credits roll. So I got y'all. Pro level is at $2.99 a month. And with that, you get loyalty badges next to your name in the comments in the live chat. You also get priority comments. So we having a heated debate. We see that tag. We put you right up on the screen. Yes, we do display all the comments, but if we see a member, we make sure their comment goes up first, right? Also, you get to join one of these sports chats. We have several chats. Like I said, black people don't stick around for the credits, but we got a sports chat for almost every sport, starting from basketball all the way down to college sports, and meaning football and basketball, WNBA, golf. We got a F1. So that lets you know we range from all sports, right? If you want to bump it up for $4.99, you got the all-star level. Again, you get member-only videos. We have some member-only content over here. We had a good Jalen Hurts. Is he one of them ones debate that you might want to go back and check out? So for $4.99, you get the same perks from the pro level, but you get it in the all-star level. And you also get to join multiple chats. So you just don't got to be in one chat. You can be in all the chats of your choice. But again, remember, it's the chat of your choice when you click that link. And also, when you do click the link, become a member, and you want to join the chats, follow us on Instagram as well so we can add you. Because we good, but we ain't AI. So we got to make sure that you, the member, we add you to the chats, and then the conversation sparks up from there. And you get to request a topic or segment on the show. That's at the all-star level for $4.99. For $9.99, you get the perks from both the all-star and the pro level. You get to join the VIP chat. That's where all the primetime games go down. So when there's a Thursday night, Sunday night, Saturday night, we getting at that point now. We got Black Friday coming up. So when the primetime games, the early morning games, that's all in the VIP chat. We also got a parlay chat as well. If you want to be a part of that, that's for $9.99. And the tickets, you will get your money back. That's all I'm going to say. You can get your money back. I can't guarantee it, but I've seen people get their money back. $9, one ticket, you good money, right? We also do awards and plaques to the top performers. That's based upon the episodes that you come on. And we do our member shout outs. Shout out to all of our members, but special shout out to our superstar members. So I'm going to start it off. Shout out to Big O. Shout out to BWT Teddy. Shout out to Decorius, FFC Coach Coombs. I seen somebody drop some fantasy football stuff in here earlier. Shout out to Coach Coombs. He dropped the episode earlier. Shout out to Chris, Giovanni, Anil, RBO Vaughn, Dave, Joe, and myself. And you. Make sure you click the link, man. And what do you say?
Yeah, y'all be in it. Hey, shout out to Carrot, though. He won last year. Respect him.
Yeah, shout out to Kev. That's crazy. Kev had a run last year. He won the fantasy and his team won in real life. See what happened when
Yep.
your team get established in the 2000s?
All right, so that's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all Friday, the next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.